Hello and welcome. So I'm going to do something very different today. So a lot of my past videos have been about coding, just fucking about with computers, electronics, that kind of thing. And today I want to shift it a little bit. Still tiny bit of coding and electronics and stuff, but it's something I've never really covered before. So what I have here, unplug it safely, is a SC130 single board computer that has a Z180 CPU in that square package there. Got a digital I/O board, what else? FTDI for TTL serial to USB, and a micro SD card slot for storage. I've also got its much bigger cousin here, as you can see. Quite a considerable size difference. This has a digital I/O board. This kind of has a digital, those LEDs. If you can see them, those LEDs, basically the output LEDs of this board. But today we're going to be updating a firmware. I think it's 3 years old, from like 2023, and we're now in 2026. So I'm hoping new firmware, just get things up to date. If there's any software issues, one thing I discovered was so I can communicate via serial just fine with PuTTY, TerraTerm, whatever serial terminal you're using, but I cannot get X modem file transfers over. I don't know whether that's due to such a slow baud rate. I mean, I am transferring a nearly half a meg image, 512 kilobytes, over a 115,200 baud rate, so it's like slow. Mind you, I don't know if it's the issue with any of my serial adapters, or if it's a board issue, or some other misconfiguration that I've neglected to do, which is why I want to kind of start from a fresh state, get things going fairly straight away. Now in front of me I have a Ubuntu, well, Z180, because that's the flavour I use with XFCE. I'll show you what version I'm running. So 25.10, so it's basically the latest. 26.04 comes probably end of April, early May or something. Probably end of April. Release candidate probably early April. Anyway, so yeah, latest version of Ubuntu. Let's go ahead and install Minicom, because I don't think I've actually done it on here yet. Right, okay. Enter in my password, and no one can see, hopefully. Now, I have cloned the ROM WBW GitHub repository locally here. There's some things I wanted to do. Devices, USB. So I do have a micro SD card with a USB adapter connected to my desktop. I'm going to pass through generic mass storage device, and I want to pass through the FTDI. So then if I do LS USB, we've got super tight micro SD card reader, FTDI. Don't know what it says. Does it really say RS232? FT232. I don't know, because it's TTL level logic. No one's sending plus 12, minus 12 or whatever over USB. This is like 5 volt, 3.3 volt logic. So now if I go ROM-W and then go tools, CD tools, let's go make, actually. No idea what's going to happen. I was going to play out, because I've never compiled this software myself. I've always used sheet. Well, that ain't supposed to happen. What on earth has happened here? Is it just deciding to reboot? randomly. No idea why. Did it just fully reboot on me? Hey? I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, instead of that, for starters, I should be heard that, I'll get up TerraTerm so we can see what exactly is going on with this board at the minute. Yep, that's connected. Make sure serial is connected properly, like so, because if you misalign pins and send 5 volts straight to ground or another pin, you're in for a hard time. Now, yep. Okay, I need to set up the board rate. 115,200, yep. Now if I run reset, there we go, we've got a proper dialog now. So I'm going to go font, let's set that to 20. I ought to check out my temps because they are, oof, okay. I'm going to set the temps up a bit higher. Because even though I repasted my desktop, it doesn't run great now. So, yeah, so it's panicked. Okay, that's totally understandable, mate. Wish you hadn't panicked on me right there and then, but anyway. So yeah, we've got ROM WBW built on, is that, assuming it's, yeah, so New Year's Eve 2 years ago, so it's just over 2 years old because we are now 12th of January 2026, so 3 years old. Now I don't have a SD card adapter plugged in. Well, SD card adapter's there, just no SD card. For example, what I'm going to do is put in this SD card which has got a copy of Fusix, which is a Unix-like kernel for, you know, embedded or vintage computers. Really cool. I'll put a link in the description. Now if I run reset, yep, SD cards loaded up. Let's go disk 4. Yep, Fusix 126. This is actually a build for the SC126. This one, which, because it's got the real-time clock, it can handle interrupts fairly well. This one doesn't have a real-time clock, but as you can see, it is able to run Fusix. Yeah, that ain't quite right. 2026 0112. Current time is 15:57. I don't know what seconds it is. Log in as root. Yep, so we're in /root. VI. Yeah, a few little hiccups. I don't really know how to configure the terminal type because it doesn't know whether it's a VT52, dumb terminal, a VT420, 520, whatever. I has no idea. And I'm not even sure how to configure it myself. I've not done a lot of stuff in Fusix. I've mostly done, for example, I don't know, example dot write hello.txt. Okay, quit. Now if I type hello, no. I've never actually used a command line editor that much, so I was completely going off what I remember from years ago. Let me move myself. There we go, you can actually see what I'm doing. So if I cat hello.txt, yep, example. So it worked. If I go ls/bin, yeah, there's quite a lot of things here. What's telling it? No, that's. So there's loads of things, you know, it's very much Unix-like, you know. For example, if I get the etched pixels, Fusix. It's been quite a while since I've done it. No! What? What's happened? Why is it in read only? I don't know what's happened. Because it was an excellent little project, to be honest. It's a bit of a shame. I don't know why it's read only. Hope Alan's alright. He lives in Wales. Die on. Anyway, that's a shame. Big shame. Because I've managed to get Fusix working on these single board computers. Even one of these. I think it's one of these, or I'll use the Elks project, which is the embedded Linux kernel subset. Very similar and related, but you know, quite a bit different. You know, barely needs like half a meg of RAM, no hardware, memory management unit. ROM-based systems can run 128K, stock requires half a meg. So it could very much actually run on this platform, but anyway. So I was able to get Elks running on a Toshiba T1200, which has a, I want to say either 8086, 8088 or an NEC V20. Can't fully remember which. I had to switch out the power supply for a more modern one. Some weird stuff, I don't know. I'd just drop in a replacement anyway. I'll do a video on that at some point. So yeah, as you can see, Elks is pretty similar. It's a very basic, like, Unix-like thing. And here we go. So yeah, it just has a bunch of typical, you know, stuff like that. Now, there's probably no power off. Halt. There we go. Okay. Reset. I'll show you booting into CPM. So run C for CPM, and run CPM 2.2. I think it can run like Z system or whatever. Let's try reboot. Nope. This guy's no idea what reboot is. Yep, so we can run Z system, CPM 2.2. You guys will probably say Z system, Z system for me. CPM 2.2 for basic. Tasty basic. I've not actually tried tasty basic. What's this? Help? No. 10 print. Hello world. 20 go to 10. List. Yep. Run. Of course, because of a baud rate processing, it's going to be slow, but it works anyway. So let's reboot now. Yep. Let's go ls no. So they're just typical, like, you know, typical files anyway. Of course, I'll go B, nothing there. I think stat is in here. So yeah, that just has, you know, yeah, so you only get the built-in ROM disk file system for CPM 2.2, and A is your RAM space. Stat. So yeah, nothing much there. If I go B and basic, that's the original Microsoft 1981 basic. Woo! You know, just your normal. Hello world. 20 go to 10. List. Run. Yeah, the same. I can go system to return back to CPM. And of course, the same works exactly for Z system, which is very similar to CPM, but I don't know enough of the differences really. I've used CPM a little bit in recent years, even though I'm only 26 years old, and you know, I kind of don't have any business running CPM in 2026, but there you go. So anyway, there we go. Do we have X modem? Oh, we do. Okay. Let's ignore that for now. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, do we have flash? Well, we do have flash. Okay. Space. Yeah, we've got basically no space whatsoever for, actually transferring the ROM image over to the, RAM flash space, then using the flash program to flash it. Which is why I wanted to use VirtualBox with CPM tools and kind of use CPM CP to copy the ROM file, SC130.ROM, to the SD card, reboot the SC130, flash the image, go from there. Of course, but it's not happy. Let's try restart again, because I have no idea how this is going to work out. Just thinking out how to go about doing this, you see, because for example, let me show you what's happened last time I tried to flash a ROM image. Yep, let's restart that. Now how to eject that SD card, put in this other 8GB one with, it's a bit frustrating, like, CPM only supports file systems up to like 8MB, when you've got an 8GB SD card, like this SanDisk, whatever, you can see it, there you go, 8GB SanDisk, you could literally have probably well over 1,000, bloody disk images. Anyway, let's go ahead and restart. As you can see, yep, 4GB file. Let's boot disk 4, CPM 2.2 with more populated files anyway. So I'm going to go stat. So we do have plenty of space on our A drive. Let's go A1, A1, 1. Okay, come on. What it wrote. Oh yeah, I think A is empty by default. But if I go, nope. Well, my files. What's happened to all my files? What? Let me restart that again. Start. No idea what happened there. Okay. So we've got flash. That'll help write the flash to the ROM image. The ROM image to the flash, rather. So that's B, stat, A, stat, C, A, stat, statistics, I imagine. So we do have space on our A drive. Let me see what's on here. Basically the same files, similar. Okay, so yeah, different files. I think I do actually have a copy of WordStart on here somewhere. F. I don't know, going ahead of myself anyway. Let's go back to A. Let's do XMR A SC130.ROM. So abbreviation for X modem. I think the ROM WBW specific X modem plays better with the ecosystem anyway. So I do have a mark, unzip, and yada yada. Anyway, so XM R for receive, because we'll be using this terminal program to send the file. A SC130.ROM, that's just the path of a destination of a file, so we're saving it to our A disk as SC130.ROM. Go ahead and press enter. Setup. Where was it? No, transfer X modem, send. That's in my desktop. Where do we go? 130.ROM. And as we'll see here, it just crawls to an absolute halt. Like, 21 bytes a second. This is supposed to be 115/200 baud rate. I don't know how many bytes a second that is, but something's clearly not working right. I mean, I can see the FTDI blinking away every... I think it's actually stopped blinking now. Yeah, Terratime has a bit of a hiccup there, but anyway, if I opened extra putty, let's go serial com 8, I think it was 115/200. Go ahead and restart. Yeah, this actually works. Actually looks a lot better now. Let's figure that out. Okay, I'm gonna go boot disk 4. Let's go xmra SC130.rom. Files transfer, X modem, send SC130.rom. We might see, yeah, no, some packets are definitely transferred. It's almost 4,000, almost 4,100 packets. But I think it will just get to packet 16 and then just give up the ghost. 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, it gets stuck on 18. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was like 16 or 18 to get stuck on, which is bloody frustrating because, you know, I don't understand why. Anyway, so this led me to believe there's some weird thing going on, whether it's buffering or whatever, because, you know, we've still got normal, full, you know, full control over the device. For example, if I go .com, to give me a list of all the actual executables. We've got syscopy mode, BBC Basic, don't know what talk is. I don't know, the stuff anyway. C Basic, T Basic, CPM T. Oh yeah, Tasty Basic, which is also in the ROM on board as well as on the SD card. System, yeah, has no idea. You just have to restart basically. See, start. Okay. So I'm just thinking. See, XM. Okay, so I'm thinking xmr SC130.rom. Let's go a SC130.rom. Nope. That's not what I want. I want C130.rom. Come on. Never mind. Another reset. As you can tell, it's giving me a bit of a headache. Start. So C is the first slice of the SD card. So to go there, that's the SD card. Go A. There. That's weird. Erase SC130.rom. It's probably remnants of what I just did. XM, no, B. XM. Okay, XM, that works. I want to go SC. Nope. Can't get it right. SC130.rom. Let's go files transfer. I bet you this will basically have exactly the same result. And it might not even start at all. Okay, it's starting, but watch it get stuck on 18 out of 4,098. Does my head in. And its X modem should be working. I think there is an alternative like Kermit, or I don't know if Y modem's even a thing on here. I really don't know. But yep, get stuck on 18 again. So I'm gonna have to use CPM tools for something here. One thing I actually do have an idea about is if I can't get the virtual machine to work, alright, how about unplug the FTDI. There we go. I'll get the SD card, put it into the SD card adapter. Go. Plug it back in there. Nope, I need a USB-C adapter because I only put one USB-A and one Type-C on this machine on the front. There we go, plugged in. Now if I go, oh yeah, it's not going to work because it's not plugged in now. Yep, close the session. Let's see what the hell is going on about that before. Tools. Unix. There we go. CPM tools. Make. Oh, watch a kernel panic again. Okay, never mind. Oh. This does look interesting. CPM CP. Now this is going to be interesting because we're going to have to use a different, we're going to find it, disk defs. So this disk defs file, I don't know if that's, actually if it's a main ROM WBW repository then it shouldn't matter anyway. Let's have a look. Just looks like a normal, you know, disk definitions, you know, sector length, how many tracks, sector tracks, sectors per track, I think maybe, block size, max directories, SKU, boot tracks 2, offset, OS 2.2, OS 3, isn't it? So yeah, there's a few which use CPM 3. CPM 86 mainly. Okay, so let me think now. So this is the project page, what it is. Go SC130. No, it's not quite RC bus, I think it's related. Let me do a quick search. I mean, this is one which I'm going to need to set up eventually. This is the SC126 I mentioned. With the, which orientation is it? There we go. Yeah. Great bit of kit. This one actually has the 2 ROM banks, so you can switch between Stephen, I believe his name is Stephen. Contact. Yeah, Stephen Cousins, great guy, has great bunch of kits, you know, not too crazy to solder and build yourself. I've built them, and, you know, I was only like 22, 23 when I soldered it all. It's pretty good. So I want to find the SC130 specifically. Here we go. So it's a, that makes sense. So this is a standard RC bus, you know, standard 40 pin variant, but the SC126, excuse me, has 80 pins, so 2 rows of 40, as this just has a, got them both. This does a single row, this has 2 rows. There we go. So yeah, there's a bit of a difference with, you know, pin counts, sat functionality and stuff, but overall, brilliant bit of kit. So yeah, that's the FTDI and the SD card here. So yeah, it is compatible with RC 2014 modules. I do have an RC 2014 kit, the basic bare bones one, but I've never really completed it. I don't know, I just find it a bit confusing, like just different sockets. I don't think you got IRQs quite so much, but anyway. Hardware flow control, stop bits, yep, that's all fine. SPI port, that's for the SD card. I'm trying to see, there is a way to... Where is it? There should be a way to transferring files over. If I can actually find it at all. It's actually switched to a Z180 bus as well. A bit crazy. Yeah, it's all looking fairly standard. I just want to find out software development tools. That's literally just compilers, you know, ZXCC. Must have been a C compiler for ZX Spectrum, maybe. I don't fully know. I've not had a great amount of experience with, you know, the Z80, Z180 devices. I've actually got two of them. One's in not great working order. CPC 6128, 8-bit computer. I've got the colour display as well, which is bloody fantastic, with a built-in GoTech, so everything is just on a USB stick. CPM, Z80 at 4 MHz, has 128K of RAM. Thinking of upgrading it at some point. Graphics, sound, fantastic little computer. You know, plus with 128K, you know, it's great for business applications. Back then, 42 bloody years ago. Anyway, so I'm just trying to see if there's a way to actually transfer files, but so yeah, here it's literally just doing basically what I did, you know, XMRD for disk path IC131.ROM. I've checked, you know, I've even tried for D slice before, but nothing. Yeah, pretty frustrating. I was checking this out yesterday, trying to wrap my head around it, and there's something up with my X modem or my serial terminal. I do have another FTDI, but considering, you know, other things going on fine, it's something's up. Let's see, ROM.WW CPM tools. So yeah, this guy's using basically exactly what I'm doing. SC130, ROM WBW BIOS, CPM tools. Yeah, either using protocols like X modem to pass file data through the console from a terminal emulator should work. Should, but mine's not. Now, so yeah, sudo make install. Let's go back to a virtual machine, wherever it is. Nope, there we go. Sudo make install. Okay. CD Unix, CD CPM tools, sudo make install. No, okay. So that's fine, I can literally just, you know, bomb, whatever. Of course with root access if I'm accessing the SD card. Now I want to go, so here we go. Each slice of a ROM WBW has its own entry and disk depth. By default, drives A and B are generated entirely by the BIOS. Movable drives start at C. I think it depends how it's being booted up, because if you run CPM directly from the onboard flash, then drive assignments will differ. So yeah, stock version of CPM is not placement disk is included in the source. Okay. Because there can be more disk slices on SD card letters in the alphabet, utility assigned to map slices onto drive letters. Yeah, defaults are still in effect for me. Okay. So I want to copy what would be, test.com. I don't fully know what that is though. So yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, you might as well make yourself a cup of tea. Like 512K file going over serial. Even a standard baud rate is just dog slow. Be sure about the device that represents the SD card reader. Yep. You don't want to flash, you don't want to copy a 512 kilobyte file, overwriting the global partition table, the GPT, of your 2 terabyte file. Yeah, you can use like photorec test disk to restore the file system partition layout from the backup GPT. You just don't want to do that at all, really. So make sure you've only got the bare minimums connected. So yeah, USB. Let's go generic mass storage device. So yeah, that's the first slice by the looks of it. Okay. Sudo name disks. Because I don't know what that FAT16 partition's about. Don't know how to find out, or if I really want to, but anyway. So I want to copy sudo cpm. No. First I need to copy the firmware into the virtual machine. So if I go firmware, so I'm looking at it from here. Is that the right one? Yeah, from 2025. I think that's the one. Anyway, yeah, 512 kilobytes. Let's check some from that. It's using the recommended IC, but at least the one that came with my project kit. Supported devices, UARTs, ID, parallel ports ID, SD card. Okay. So apparently you can have USB support with a CH375. No way. Because I've got a okay. Because I've got a what do you call it? I've also got one of these bad boys. Can find it. No idea where it is at the minute. But one of these kind of shitty, kind of amazing VGA, I can't remember if it's VGA, EGA, CGA, AdLib. Yeah, I've got the OPL3 chip. DOS. Little laptop basically. And that's got a USB port, which I believe uses the, I don't know, the CH375 I was on about. So now, what do I want to do? I wanted to, so I keep getting sidetracked. I want to copy the, it's got one of these basically, which, enables file access in MS-DOS basically. Some weird hackery hocus pocus. It's a bit of a mess, you don't want to do it, but anyway. That's not the one. All the releases. There we go. Download ROM image. So I want to download. Copy download link. Let's go wget. Bomb. Let's see if it's done this. Okay, download. You've download. Ugh. We should actually be able to just drag and drop this into the virtual machine. Drag and drop. Host to guest. I don't really want anything coming out of the virtual machine so much. Not that I have anything dangerous, but it's not bad to have it one way anyway. Let's go in the home directory. There we go. I don't actually know if any of it's quite working how I want it to. So I should be able to just copy that into it. Or maybe not. Oh! Yeah, 512 kilobytes. Okay, that worked fine. Alright. I want to go move desktop to /sc130.rom. sc130.rom, yes. Delete with wget log. Now, this is where the fun begins. Excuse me. Want to. How do I work this out? So I want to go sudo that's a bit better. Let's start from clear screen. Okay. STB1 I believe is where the magic happens. So I want to go sudo cpmcp needs to be partition www.hd512.3 /dev/sdb sc130.rom to user area 0, because you also get user areas which, because in CPM you don't really get directories as such, you get user areas. Now, I'm not entirely sure about that disk definition, so one thing I want to do is double check it basically. Go file, open new tab, let's go cat disk defs. Let's grep for, what was it? WDW HD512.3. 512.3. This is interesting. So some of it is working for, an actual floppy drive, whereas dev FD0, floppy disk 0, MFM or FM. Now I'm trying to figure out where this disk definition is from, because has this guy just. Okay, I think that's the one. WDW. I'm just having a look at, Oh, okay, here we go. So, where do I find that? WBW, I think it was WBW? WDW. Don't really know about that. Hotel 3. WDW. So I don't know why it's. ROM WBW. So it must definitely be a typo. Well, that's fine. So I'm on the third one. Pretty standard. Yeah. CPM 2.2, CPM 8. 80 CPM 80 rather. So yeah, we definitely want that one, I think. Okay, so let's go for sudo CPM copy disk definition WBW.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
So it's my iPhone. Typical HD512 SDB. Sorry about the dog barking. Unknown format. This is slightly perplexing now. HD512.3. Because we can clearly see, you know, if we cut disk defs, WBW. Don't know why half my screen's missing off here. Let's change scaling. That's better. I want to grep WDW. Okay, that's weird. WBW. There's nothing. Which I don't understand why. cd.cpm tools. No, if I go there. What? Because I mean, I'm clearly looking at it, you know, on my other screen. It's probably just my, you know, fucking grep command that's wrong. Anyway, let's go nano. Let's go move disk defs to disk defs.old. Nano disk defs. Paste. That looks a bit better. Now, I bet you this still isn't going to work. Okay. Possibly could have worked. Don't 100% know until I let's go power off just to be sure that we're not passing any power to, you know, make sure nothing's mounted basically. Eject the SD card. Let's put the SD card back in the single board computer and we'll see if that actually had any effect. I want to keep an eye on my screen as well. So serial card in, digital I/O, serial port A, that's fine. Actually, yeah, turns out I've got two FTDIs. One was already still plugged in, so I can just plug in and go. Now I want to go Teraterm. Yep, COM8. It's fine. Serial port. Now I need to change the default settings, of course, because they're all over the place. Yep, that's fine. Font. Let's set this to 24. There we go. 4. Okay. That's .rom. .rom. I have no idea which one this is going to be. .rom. Could be B. .rom. C. .rom. Okay. .rom. E. .rom. So this is frustrating. A0. User 0. Duh. So I have no clue where I actually copied this file to at all, and if I actually did. Which really does my head in. To drive F. Let's see. Highly doubt it's going to show up here. Certainly as expected. .rom. Yeah. So it looks like it's CPM 3 or something. Let's try reboot. Not that it'll make any difference in this case. 4.6, no 4.1. ZS does, okay. Start.rom. Ooh! I think we might have a winner. Do we have flash? Okay. Alright. We might be going somewhere. Might be. This could be permanent damage for all I know. I don't know. I'm just looking at flash right. Okay, flash right SC130.rom. Might be working. This would be really great if it works. Because I could probably just do the same with this one. Minor differences in the ROM image, but disk definition should be the same. Just copy it over. Reprogrammed. What? Okay. This is weird. Now if I reboot. What's happened here then? So it did absolutely nothing, because we're still in. Ha 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 ha. No clue. I give up. So as you can see, I went for a nap for a bit. And it's maybe an hour or two later. I don't know what time I stopped. One thing I'm going to do is instead of trying to copy the file to the SD card, well, how do I put it? What I'll do is, instead of copying the file to the SD card using CPM tools, because it shouldn't be this big an issue, what I'll try is unplug the TDI, plug it into the SC126, and then try use X modem to copy the ROM image over to that. So let's go ahead, plug in the TDI, and yeah, SC126, all my LEDs lit up. As you can see, no, yeah, there's a little minor issue there, but that's alright. Okay, so I want to go CPM 2.2, yep, stat. So yeah, bit of a shortage of disk space, but not to worry. Can copy in the SD card, hoping it's the right one, I believe so it is. Okay, here we go. Keep it copied over now. Stat. Okay, so I want to go erase SC130.rom. Okay, .rom. .rom. So it's weird, it's not exactly copied it unless it is in here. highly doubt it. See, I don't know, it's just a bit sus, basically. Let's go ahead and run stat. Got plenty of disk space here, so do we have X modem? Yes we do. I'm gonna go X and receive a SC130.ROM, and we'll see how it goes with this, see if it's any difference. It could be a hardware issue, I really don't know, or it could be a firmware difference. Let's go ahead and send SC130. Where is it? Got so many shortcuts and stuff on this PC. It's a bit crazy. SC130. Basically gonna have exactly the same issue with that. Yeah, it's just calling down to a halt. So I really have no idea what is going on here. There's something. Yeah, 18 seconds just stops. 7 bytes a second, that's sod all really. No idea what's going on. Trying to see, is there any flags missing? Yeah, I really have no idea what is going on. Okay, cancel that then. So, what are my options? I could try having another look at the SD card image structure. It's a bit of a weird one, really, because at the minute all I have is terminal access, which should be enough to, transfer a file just easily. But what's going on exactly? Sure, there's Facebook group or whatever I can, try and message in. I really don't know. I see any differences. I think it's the same build dates as well. Yeah, New Year's Eve 2023. So exactly the same firmware, basically. Just, IO addresses might be different. Probably not, because it's exactly the same RAM, Z180, bit of address decoding logic and whatnot. It's really hard to tell what's going on. I was almost thinking for a second that, I don't have the CR2032 populated, the real-time clock. But, considering the SC130 doesn't even have a real-time clock option, unless you were to use a Mousy 2014 module, but, there's no huge reason there. I mean, SBI SD card, yeah. It just has a SD card slot, 2 serial ports, that's it. Not like this one, which has, what does it have? We've got I2C bus, SPI SD card 1 and 2, so it's got 2 SD card slots. Let's see, I2C, 2 SD cards, and 2 serial ports, and then your 80-pin extended RC bus. Yeah, I shouldn't need a CR2032 Flex modem to work properly. Pretty sure I've done it without. I'm going to do some more digging and find out what is going on. Just before I pop in. So, looks like it's not strictly read-only now. It's just moved host. Thank God for that. Because Fusix OS is a truly fantastic project. So, that's excellent to hear. I'm still going about to try and find the cause of the serial issue.